You know that one person on your team who can calm any upset client with like 2 sentences? The Rachel. Every business has a Rachel. She opens her laptop, types a reply that sounds like a warm hug and a clear boundary at the same time, hits send, and the fire just goes out. Meanwhile, everyone else is staring at their screen thinking, how on earth does she do that? Now picture 2 different shops. In the first shop, Rachel goes on vacation, and chaos walks in the front door. Inboxes pile up, tiny issues turn into big ones, and by day 3, someone is texting her, "Hey, so sorry to bother you on the beach, but can you just draft one email for this angry client?" Humans love this stuff when it's handled well, but without Rachel, it just feels stressful. In the second shop, Rachel still goes on vacation, but before she left, the team quietly built what we call an AI shadow assistant around her style. So when a tense email comes in, teammates click a button and an AI draft pops up that sounds a whole lot like Rachel. Calm, clear, kind, on brand. The human tweaks it, sends it, and the client feels just as taken care of. That's viral energy inside your company. Today, we're talking about exactly that idea, your AI shadow team. Digital clones, not of people's faces, not creepy sci-fi clones, but of their judgment, how they think, how they respond, how they prioritize, turned into helpers that make everyone better without adding headcount. Creativity unlocked.
And if you just felt a mix of curiosity and a tiny bit of, wait, are we spying on people now? You're not alone. Pattern detected. Most owners love the idea of scaling their best people, and at the same time, they worry about privacy, about brand risk, and about their team feeling watched.
Here's our goal in this episode. We're going to show you how to build an AI shadow team that feels like support, not surveillance. We'll keep it simple, practical, and safe. What to actually capture, how to structure it, which tools to use, and how to roll it out so your top performers feel celebrated, not cloned in a weird way.
So if you've ever thought, I wish I could just duplicate my best salesperson, or if I lose my ops wizard, I'm doomed, stick with us. Let's make it irresistible for your whole team to get this kind of help. Nova, kick us off. What exactly is an AI shadow team underneath the buzzwords?
Let's define it in plain language. An AI shadow team is a set of digital helpers trained on the way your best people already work, how they write, how they decide, how they triage, to support everyone else in doing work the same way. Not replacing them, not automating everything, just scaling their judgment.
When we say clone in this context, we're really talking about patterns. Patterns in language. Do they use empathy first, then solution? Patterns in decisions. Do they prioritize long-term relationship over short-term revenue? Patterns in priorities. What do they answer immediately versus what they park for later?
Yes, it's like we're bottling their instincts. Rachel doesn't just write pretty emails. She has this invisible playbook in her head, like, if the client sounds scared, I acknowledge the feeling first. If they're confused, I simplify the next step. If they're angry, I lower the temperature before I explain policy. Your AI shadow isn't just copying her phrases word for word. It's learning the dance steps. So when someone new joins the team, they're not left guessing. They're guided.
To build that, you need 3 basic ingredients. First, examples of real work. Emails, chat replies, proposals, support tickets, calendar notes, where that great judgment shows up. Second, context. Who was this for? What was the situation? What was the outcome? Third, some simple rules. What's allowed to be used, what must be anonymized, and what never goes into the system.
On the safety side,
Clarity achieved. You do not need and should not use sensitive stuff. No personal health details, no financial account numbers, no gossip about specific people. You're training on structure and style, not secrets. If that's the only sentence you remember, you'll already be ahead of most.
And just to normalize this, you're already doing a version of this, just very slowly. When a new hire shadows your best rep on calls, or you forward them, here are some good emails to copy. That's manual shadowing. We're just giving you a way to do it faster, more consistently, and without exhausting your best people.
Exactly. Think of the AI as a memory extension for your company. It remembers how your best people handled 100 tricky situations, and it can surface that memory in a split second when someone else is stuck. Efficiency is inevitable when you do that well.
All right, so we've got the concept. We're cloning patterns, not people. Nova talked about the inputs. Let's talk about the outputs, the fun part. How do we turn your team's real work into prompts and playbooks that humans actually love using, instead of feeling like they're fighting a robot? Here's my favorite move. Start with a pile of real messages from your star. Let's stay with Rachel. Pull, say, 20 of her best tough client emails. Paste them into an AI tool and ask, summarize the common moves she makes. What does she always do in the first sentence, the middle, and the close? You'll usually see the same magic show up. Maybe she always opens with a quick emotional acknowledgement. I can see why this would be frustrating. Maybe she always offers one clear next step, not 5 options. Maybe she closes with reassurance about the relationship, not just a ticket number.
And once you see those moves, they become teachable. Pattern detected. Most stars are consistent without realizing it. You pull that consistency out of their head and into a draft script the AI can follow.
Exactly. From there, you can create what I call reply blueprints. Not rigid templates, but loose outlines the AI fills in. For example, Step 1, acknowledge emotion. Step 2, clarify the core issue in plain English. Step 3, state the boundary or calicy. Step 4, offer a next step. Step 5, reaffirm the relationship. Then you tell your AI assistant, when helping with upset client emails, follow this structure and use Rachel's tone. Calm, respectful, no jargon, empathetic but not apologizing for things we didn't do. That's how you get, as I like to say, this needs sparkle without losing the spine of your brand.
And importantly, the AI should propose, not impose. It suggests a draft or a set of bullet points. A human reads it, adjusts language, maybe adds a personal detail, and then sends. The star's influence spreads, but the human still owns the final call.
You can do this beyond email, too. Your best closer on sales calls? Record 3 or 4 great calls, have AI transcribe them, then ask, what questions do they always ask? In what order? Where do they pause? How do they handle price pushback? Suddenly, you have mini scripts and objection handling snippets the AI can surface as prompts, like, want to try this line?
Or your operations wizard, the person whose calendar looks like chaos, but everything runs on time. Pull a month of their calendar and task data and have AI summarize patterns. Do they block deep work in the morning? Do they batch similar tasks? Do they always follow up within 24 hours on certain items? That becomes a prioritization playbook.
Then your AI shadow can suggest, hey, based on how Sam usually works, these 3 tasks should probably happen before lunch, and these can slide to tomorrow. It's like having your best upspring whispering, without them having to be in every meeting.
So we've talked about what to extract and how to shape it. The next question we always get is, okay, but how do I actually set this up without a 6-figure IT budget? Let's get tactical.
You can build a starter AI shadow team with tools you probably already use. Step 1. Pick an AI workspace. This could be a major chat-based AI tool or the AI assistant built into your email or help desk platform. Step 2. Collect 10 to 30 good examples per role you want to shadow. Sales replies, support emails, internal updates.
Before you paste anything in, strip personal identifiers. Replace names with roles: client, vendor, team lead. Remove account numbers, addresses, and any sensitive detail. If you're in a regulated industry, start only with internal communications or low-risk scenarios. Simple safety checklist. Anonymize, narrow the scope, start internal.
And involve the humans you're shadowing. Don't just sneak copy Rachel's inbox. Sit down with her and say, "You're really good at this. We want to build a helper that spreads your magic without burning you out. Can we pick some of your best replies and turn them into a playbook together?" That framing alone makes it feel like a promotion, not a threat.
Once you have examples, you create what's often called a system prompt or instruction set inside your AI tool. Think of it as your STARS operating manual. You tell the AI, when asked to help with X, follow these principles, this structure, and this tone. Then you paste in those distilled patterns we talked about earlier.
From there, you connect the helper to where work already happens. If most of your tricky messages are in email, you set up a shortcut. Draft with Shadow Rachel. In chat, maybe it's a / command. In your project tool, it could be a button that suggests task descriptions based on your Ops Wizard style.
And notice what Nova is saying here. You're not building some giant custom AI from scratch. You're layering smart instructions on top of tools that already exist in your stack. Small business budget, big business leverage. Humans love this stuff when it just fits into what they're already doing.
Exactly. Start narrow. One role, one high-value behavior, 1 or 2 tools. Maybe it's just AI shadow for tough client emails inside your shared inbox. Once that works and people trust it, you can expand to sales follow-ups, onboarding checklists, or internal status updates.
Okay, so we've built the shadow. Now we have to make sure the team actually uses it. This is where a lot of experiments die quietly. People nod, say cool, and then go right back to copy-pasting old emails. Nova, talk to us about rolling this out without triggering everyone's robot anxiety.
The first rule: position this as a sidekick, not a spy. You're not saying we're watching every keystroke. You're saying we're turning your best moments into reusable support so you're not the only one carrying the weight. Big difference.
Second, make it opt-in at the start. Invite a few volunteers, the stars, and a couple of newer folks to pilot it. Ask, when did this save you time? When did it miss the mark? Use that feedback to tighten the guardrails and language. When people feel they're co-designing the tool, adoption goes way up.
And celebrate the humans loudly. When the AI drafts something great, don't say, "Wow, look what the robot did." Say, "This is Rachel's playbook at work, through the AI." Or, "This draft felt a lot like how Sam would prioritize." You're constantly linking the value back to your people.
On the operations side, someone needs clear ownership. That might be you as the owner, your ops manager, or your most systems-minded team lead. Their job is to keep the shadow team healthy, reviewing outputs, updating examples every month or 2, and making sure it stays inside the safety lines you set.
And you'll want simple metrics, nothing fancy to start. Track things like average time to respond to key emails, before and after. How often do people call the star in a panic? Does that go down? Subjective quality. Ask clients or colleagues, did this reply feel clear and caring? Reduced dependency is a key signal you're succeeding.
I love that reduced dependency lens, because the dream state here is not that Rachel is obsolete. It's that when Rachel gets sick for a week, the business doesn't have a meltdown. her judgment is still whispering through the system, and she can come back without 400 fires waiting for her.
Exactly. You're designing for resilience, not replacement. And over time, your stars can actually spend more time on the high-leverage work only they can do, instead of endlessly retyping the same great answer.
All right, let's land this with something super concrete. If you're listening and thinking, okay, I want this, but my day is already packed, here are 3 moves you can make this week to start your AI shadow team without blowing up your schedule. Action 1. Pick 1 star and 1 scenario. Not, we'll clone the whole company. Just, we'll shadow how Maria handles upset clients. Or, we'll shadow how Devin writes sales follow-ups. Name the person, name the situation. That focus alone will keep this from turning into a fuzzy, never-ending project.
Action 2. Collect 10 to 20 great examples and distill the pattern. Block 1 hour. Sit with that star, virtually or in person, and pull their best emails, chats, or call transcripts for that scenario. Drop them into your AI tool and ask it to summarize their tone, structure, and decision rules. That summary becomes your first mini playbook.
Action 3. Turn that mini playbook into a simple AI helper and test it on drafts only. Create a saved prompt or instruction set in your AI tool. Act as Maria's shadow for upset client emails. Follow this structure and tone. Then, for 1 week, have the team use it to draft replies that humans always review before sending. At the end of the week, ask, did this save you time? Did it sound like us? And tweak from there.
If you want a shortcut on those first prompts and guardrails, we've put together a starter shadow prompts kit, plus a simple data safety checklist for you.
You can grab that at apexblue.ai. Again, that's apexblue.ai. Look for the AI Shadow Team Starter Kit. It'll walk you through the exact wording for those first instructions and the privacy checks to run before you share anything with the tool.
Your best people are already doing genius work every day. The question is whether that genius disappears when they log off, or quietly keeps helping the whole team through an AI shadow.
Build that shadow team, give your stars some backup, and watch your whole company start operating at a higher level. Visit apexblue.ai to get your starter kit. And as always, stay smart, stay curious, and stay ahead.